Assalamualaikum and good day to distinguished judges, organizers, and fellow participants. My name is Myra Kamaluddin from University Polytech Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. And today I am honored to represent my group members, Siti Nur Saadah Saadud, Shirliati Saad, and Nabira Mansur in this prestigious event. On behalf of my team, I would like to express our gratitude for this opportunity to showcase our ideas, creativity, and collaborative efforts. To begin with, the title of our study is Threading Thoughts: The Impact of Microblogging App Threads on Students' Engagement and Conciseness in ESL Writing. First of all, let us examine the use of threads for ESL writing improvement. ESL writing remains a persistent challenge for many learners. Students often struggle to organize ideas and express their arguments clearly. At the same time, writing tasks can create anxiety and fear of making mistakes. Thus, these pressures may reduce the students' confidence and participation in writing activities in the classroom. According to Howitt, Cope 1986 and Hyland 2003, highlighted in their study that writing anxiety and linguistic insecurity are common barriers in second language learning. So, in order to understand this situation, first we need to take a look at the challenges faced by ESL writers. This has become our problem statements of our study. Despite years of English instruction, many ESL learners still experience a writing apprehension and hesitation. The writing activities are often individual and exam-oriented. Students rarely experience writing as interactive and collaborative communication. Thus, according to Kabilan, Ahmad, and Abidin 2010, together with Aydin 2012, agreed that digital communication platforms may provide alternative environments for language practice and engagement. Now, let's review the past studies related to microblogging and also social media platforms in helping ESL writers. Previous studies shown that social media environments promote interaction and collaborative learning, as well as online discussion encourages active participation in language use. Thus, digital platforms allow learners to engage with language beyond classroom boundaries. According to Gao, Liu, and Zhang 2012, together with Ebner et al. 2010, mentioned that, however, microblogging emphasizes short communication and rapid interaction, which may limit the opportunities for extended academic argumentation. Thus, we had decided to take up the social constructivism by Vygotsky 1968 theory as the foundation and theoretical framework for our studies. Let's take a look at the study theory. Social constructivism by Vygotsky. Language learning develops through three ways. The first one, interaction, dialogue, and the last one is collaborative meaning making. Thus, according to Vygotsky, learning occurs when students engage in shared discourse and negotiate meaning together. Thus, digital discussion platforms can therefore function as interactive spaces for knowledge construction. Now let's move on to our research methodology. So we had chosen qualitative classroom intervention as our research design, in which the session has been participated by 8 students from semester 7 Bachelor Degree of Education in Teaching English as a Second Language from University Polytechnic, Malaysia. So the activities or learning activities involved were structured debates, collaborative storytelling, as well as writing discussion on threats apps. So the data sources were from students' threats posts, learner reflections, as well as classroom observation. So by the end of the study, it had already answered the 3 research objectives set by the group. The first one is to study on the students' engagement in writing. The second research objective is to focus on the clarity and conciseness of expression. And finally, to focus on students' perception of using threat. Now, let's take a look at the first research objective. Focusing on engagement in writing. So we have found that threats created a more participatory writing environment in which students interacted through comments, replies, as well as discussion of peers' ideas. Thus, we had quoted several students' excerpts as evidence. One student said that writing on threads felt less stressful with no pressure at all compared with classroom writing. And the other one said that I usually reply to their post and continue the discussion based on their opinions. Thus, this interaction encouraged dialogues and collaborative participation in writing. The next one, to answer the clarity and conciseness of these apps through research objective number 2. We have found that the microblogging format influenced how students structured their writing, in which students reported that they focus more on ideas, main ideas, they organize thoughts more efficiently, and they express ideas more briefly and clearly. So here you will see that a student's excerpt providing that or said that writing on threads made me organize my ideas more briefly and clearly because the format encourages short and direct posts. And the final research objectives to focus on the students' perception when they are using the apps. So the studies found that students generally view thread as engaging, supportive, and less intimidating than traditional writing tasks in the classroom. Here you will see that the student stated, since threads feel more casual, I didn't feel too pressured about making my writing perfect. However, some students also noted challenges such as the tendency to use informal language and slang together with the limited space for extended explanation. So we come to the conclusion. Thus, we can conclude that based on the studies conducted, threads help reshape writing from a solitary activity into an interactive learning process in which the digital interaction encourage greater participation in writing, microblogging supported clearer and more concise expression, and finally, peer interaction strengthened their confidence in writing English. However, microblogging, like other apps, should complement rather than replace structured writing, academic writing tasks. Last but not least, digital microblogging platforms can function as meaningful pedagogical spaces that encourage participation, support concise communication, and enrich ESL writing instruction. With that, thank you so much.